Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, third chapter, Karma Yoga, ABCD about the action. Sloka number 21. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Yadyadacharati Sreshtaha Tattaddevetaro Janah Sayat Pramanam Kurute Lokastadanuvartate. In this Karma Yoga chapter, Bhagavan Shri Krishna explaining to Arjuna from different angles the importance of the Karma Yoga in everybody's life. Whether you are a brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha or the sannyasi. Many of the olden days, the kings, Rajarshis, they were all continuing their grihastha and ruling the country, and the same time they were able to establish in the truth. After establishing in the truth also, they were conducting their life grihastha and the Kshatriya dharma life as it is. So in 20th shloka, Bhagavan Krishna showed that example of the Janakadayaha, and the importance of following the Karma Yoga and the Dharma, practicing in one's day-to-day life. Bhagavan telling in the 21st shloka, who is eligible and capable of doing this Karma Yoga and what for he has to do. That is the main point here brought out in this. If you have any doubt like that, Arjuna, for who is eligible to do this and for whose sake he has to do this Karma Yoga. Once if he is a realized soul, Atma Gnani. Now, while giving the answer to this indirect question, look here, Arjuna, in everybody's life, a person to grow in a proper direction, okay, in a righteous manner, they need a role model. A role model. That is very important. Adarsham should be there in the front. So about this importance of the role model, in the last class I have explained a lot of points, how it is important for a child, the parents and the teacher and the environment and the schooling, education and all that. So role models are required, and the first role model for a person, the child, to grow in a proper direction, proper way, the mother, Matruman, Pitruman, Acharyavan. So these three are the guiding forces, and that they should be a role model. Nowadays, lack of these role models in front of the younger generation, many of these youngsters are going in a wrong way. Anyhow, Arjuna, this is the importance, because whatever the leaders and the famous people in the society in their respective fields, if those are achieved a great things in their material life, whether he is a Brahmana or Kshatriya, not only that, their Ashrama Dharma, Kula Dharma also as a Kshatriya. If he performs his duty properly, he becomes a role model. So as a Brahmana, as a Vaishya, as a Sudra, and or as in that case any role of in the life. That's why I told in the last class in a conclusion, every one of us are a role model to our level, to our level. But whether this role model is a good role model or a wrong role model, if a father a drunkard, then the child takes the father seeing from the childhood and as a role model. The child also may get into the wrong path. So here, which is good and which is bad, which is hitam and which is ahitam, shreyas and preyas. So, yadyad acharati sreshta. So, whatever the famous uh, great people in the society, leaders particularly, that means actually leaders, and the people, all others will follow them. They becomes the authority for it. The Loka also will follow the same thing. Now, if you are a Gnani, after that also you have to work in the same way because as a role model, because Loka Sangrahardham, that word already brought out. Loka Sangrahardham means to see the people should go in a righteous path. This is the meaning of the Loka Sangrahardham. And after telling this particular aspect of the role model, then Bhagavan telling, okay, if you are not able to accept when I am referring to the Janaka and etc., etc., why can't you see me and learn? Why can't you see me and learn? So in 22nd shloka, Bhagavan telling, see in front of me, I am there. I am following my duties and everything like that. Bhagavan telling about himself as the role model, and you look at me. न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम् त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यम् वर्त एव च कर्मणि. See Arjuna, you are a very important person in the society in so many aspects. People are already having a good opinion about you. They are all considering you, thinking you are a great, valorous and heroic person. And if suppose you run away from this war field, they all talk about you, what a timid fellow Arjuna ran away from the battlefield after uh, decided to fight the war, and they will take you as a role model. Oh, such a great Arjuna also did the same thing. Then in my life, if it happens, so what? So they will take it for granted. Up to yesterday, you are considered as the hero. You also think you achieved so many great things by your sincere practice, Shraddha and Tapas. You went to heaven and came back, and you got the different powers from the different gods. And in this way, you just, if you suddenly fall down from your heroic and courageous path, then you are creating and projecting a wrong role model in front of the people because many are looking at you. Many are looking at you. So everybody in their position, whether it is a small family small village, small town, society, nation, anywhere, there are people around us to look at us whether we are setting a right model or a wrong model. So our aim should be like that. Let me be a good role model, whether people like it or not, whether people take it or not, whether they criticize, even though I know for certain in my heart of the heart, I am following the dharma, shastra, and the tradition. So I confidently, with the faith, I will stick on to it and live up to the mark. That should be the decision of, if everybody decide like that in the small family onwards, or in a office, in a society, in a village, everywhere, then it makes a great difference. Then only a harmonious, a good society. But decision is mine. If I don't, I want to follow the righteous path. So following the righteous path means living as a role model example, as the Shastra prescribed, according to your Varna Ashrama Dharma. So Bhagavan is telling here, a Partha, Arjuna, see, asti na kinchana kartavyam me. I have no anything to achieve. Okay, I have no any purpose to achieve anything in this Trishu Lokeshu. In the three worlds, for me, there is no any desire or a purpose to achieve anything. So there is nothing for me to pursue or purpose to achieve anything in these three worlds. But still, uh, Trishlokeshu, either apraptam and prapaniyam. There is nothing to be attained which is not yet attained by me. I am full. I am Purnam. But still, evacha, still, tadhapi, varta karmani. I am taking the path of the action. I am following. I am involving in the karma. That means Bhagavan says here, even if you take me as the Ishvara, from the standpoint of the Ishvara, also, I only created this world. Then it is my responsibility to maintain also this world. And if I, the creator of this world, suppose if I am not following, then there is a, I become a wrong role model. See? So for me, from my side, there is nothing to be achieved for me or nothing to lose in these three worlds. But still I am working. Can't you see me and learn? That means Krishna, so we have to recollect some of his incidents in his life, incidents of the Mahabharata. So many actions, how he did with the smiling face without getting any disturbance. From the childhood, all the time smiling face, uh, faced the so many difficulties with the smiling face, and even the so many values we can learn from the Krishna's life. That itself is enough. Sharing in the childhood itself, when he uh, did steal the butter from the gopis' houses, he used to give to the animals also, birds also, friends also, he shares. And he is having that samabhavam all the time. And the dignity of labor, if you see that angle, Krishna is impartial about these Pandavas and Kauravas. He is not going to get anything or lose anything because of this war. And that's why he is very frankly told to both Arjuna and Duryodhana when both they came to meet him. And see, I am, you both of you are equal to me. Of course, but now the war became the unavoidable thing. I will be on one side and I will give away my all army, Narayana army, Narayana Sena to any one of you. You choose. Then Duryodhana felt so happy that this is the chance. Let me ask the entire army. That's why the army on the Kaurava side is more bigger. Then Arjuna asked, I want only you, oh Krishna. If you are there on my side, that is enough for me. Then, after he accepted, and later on they sent the finally once again Krishna for the compromise as the ambassador, whether we can stop this war. But there Krishna also failed. Duryodhana not listened. Rather than listening to the Krishna, he tried to kill the Krishna there, capture the Krishna there. That all things happened. Then finally, what kind of help you want from me, oh Arjuna? I will be just as I won't take part in the war, but I will help you. How? I will work as a charioteer, the car driver like hmm, Ratham driver, Partha Sarathi. Then he accepted that job and he did that job meticulously without any murmuring. He used to clean the chariot, he used to clean the horses, he used to feed the horses, and whenever Arjuna comes to get into the chariot, he used to get down and open the door as the driver opens the owner's car door. And he did, see, these are all indirectly asking the Arjuna, look at me, I have no any degree of level. If I accept anything to do, that I will do wholeheartedly, not with the hole in the heart. And in this way, in Krishna's life, from beginning to the end, he is a great role model. He lived like that. Don't think only because he is Ishvara is able to do and all that. All that mysterious actions different. Killing the Rakshasas in the childhood itself and lifting the Govardhana Parvata. These are all. But as a normal person, it is. So he is a role model to the entire, at least the people whoever around surround him and in his family and in his race. So like that Krishna asking Arjuna, then also you can follow, no? Am I sitting ideally anytime? Why should I unnecessarily poke my nose in this war and I have to be as a charioteer for you? You know, if a person is like a driver sitting in the front as a driver of the chariot, Ratha Sarathi, the arrows left by the enemy in the opposite, first they will hit only the front person charioteer. Then only it goes to the back. But in spite of all these hardships, Krishna accepted because dharma is important and he is the creator of the dharma, he is the sustainer of the dharma, he is the follower of the dharma. That's why to establish the dharma is on the dharma side, but he lived and showed that life of even going to the teacher and doing all kinds of his nitya, naimitya karmas, even after he become the grihastha, everything, taking care of the parents, and he's always thinking about the welfare of uh, the whole Gokulam, the people. This is the real lifestyle which is the role model to the society. Then after telling that, suppose if I don't follow that and live in that way, you know what will happen. Now, Bhagavan telling about him, see, suppose if I don't follow that, and nobody is there to ask me, and I am not obliging anybody, but still, 23rd shloka, Krishna says, यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयं जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः. He is bringing that loka sangrahardham and yadyadacharati shrestha lokas taduvanartate. He is now applying and putting on himself. Suppose, okay, if I am uh, if I am not doing if I am not doing my action in this way, and without any becoming showing the laziness, yadi jatu aham navarteyam, because if ever I do not remain tirelessly, that means if I don't work in this way, tirelessly doing my duty job, uh, in action tirelessly, manushyaha, these people who are all looking at me, thinking about me, depending on me, all these people are as a Ishvara. I created all these jivas and all these people, manusha, anuvartante mavavartama, they will follow my path in every way. Sarvashaha, he Partha. That means if I am active, if I am a righteous, if I followed my own duty, then people also will look at me and follow that. If I don't do, if I become a lazy fellow, then how they will learn from me? They will also will be lazy. They will be also lazy, and because role model is very important. So you are also a role model. See, I am also a king. You are also king, Kshatriya. Is it not our dharma to protect the dharma? Is it not fulfill the wishes of the many good common people's desire, support them and protect them? It is our duty as a Kshatriya. So that's why we must act according to the dharma. So why you are shrinking, taking back from doing this war? In all aspects, the people is always so. I am also putting myself as a role model. So in this point, we should not forget at all in our life. In whatever may be the age, in whatever condition you are, wherever you are, whatever you are, whenever you are, you be as a role model. You be as 100% means wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100% means don't forget that you are a role model, and don't forget that you are supposed to do the Loka Sangraham. Okay? It is our responsibility because human beings only can follow this, not any other animal. So then, not forgetting this is the sadhana, which ultimately brings the purification of the mind, which ultimately makes you eligible to the for gnana, which makes you ultimately attain the moksha, freedom and liberation. So in this way, Bhagavan tells about him. 24th shloka, Bhagavan says, if as a Ishvara, I am the creator of this entire Jagat and the Jivas and everything. So he is telling again about that aspect also, how it is wrong, how it is harmful if I don't follow my duty. उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहम् शङ्करस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामिमाः प्रजाः. If chet aham na kuryam, if I do not perform karma, my own duty, action, ime lokaha, all these words, uh, utsideyuhu, vinashyeyuhu. This point is from the standpoint of the Ishvara as a creator. Lokasthiti nimittasya karmana abhavat. If I don't, I created, but it is my responsibility to maintain also, no? That's why we create the children, but bringing them up in a proper way, in a righteous way, with their values, making them to grow and live with the values is more important. No? So if I don't follow that and suddenly if I become lazy and I don't want to do, I stop it. I don't take care of them. Okay? Becoming careless. Utsideyuhu, all these words will perish. Not only that, and I becomes the cause of creating the confusion also. Sankarasya cha. Sankara, not Shankara. Sankara means a confusion. I become the cause of I will be the creator of the confusion. Not only creator of the creation, but I become the cause of creating the confusion. And that means I will be destroying these people. Upahanyam ima prajaha. I create my own creation, my own people. I become the cause of destroying my own and violating the rules and be creating a wrong model and creating a confusion in the people. See, that's why the law of dharma, which are created and given by the Lord Ishvara, all these Pancha Mahabhutas, the suns, moon, the climate, and the rain, and all these seasons, everything is going very in a systematic way because I am always watching and seeing them to work in a systematic way without any mistake because that is very important to run this entire universe. So for that, I am tirelessly working, taking care of this creation. Otherwise, if I don't do that, as a Jagat Nirmana Karta, and I become the cause of this own my creation destruction. That's why generally what say man is capable of he can make him and he can mar him. That means he can build his own upliftment and development Otherwise, he can destroy and distract himself. Okay? And after telling these three shlokas about himself, how important to be a role model and all that, then 25th shloka, if at all, if any person as like me, what he said, I don't have anything to be achieved, to accomplish, nothing. There is nothing in this world to accomplish for me, which is not accomplished. Kritarthaha aham. Suppose if anybody also feels like that, Kritarthaha, not only uh, because of the Gnanam, Purnatvam, and I have no any Kartrutva Bhavana. If anybody thinks like that, I have no any doership feeling. And if such a Gnani is also like me, if you also feels that, okay, even though if you are not attained the Purnatvam Gnanam, and if anybody others who are all attained the Gnanam, even for that matter, to bless this world for the welfare and the benefit of this entire universe, they should act and do this karma yoga as the loka sangraham. So this is the avatarika for the next shloka, the purpose. So this is the bottom line word is here, loka sangrahamevatam sampashyan kartum arhasi. Loka sangrahartham. Very important. Then Bhagavan tells in the 25th shloka, but what to do? There are otherwise people and wise people both in this world. And if not understanding this yajna, the law of karma and importance of the karma yoga and all that, what happens? People get caught up by themselves in the result of the action and comes under the bondage of the karma. Karma becomes a bondage for them. How sakta karmanya vidvamsaha yadha kurvanti bharata kuryad vidvams tadha saktaha chikirshurloka sangraham. Hey Bharata, Bharata means I told before also meaning because Bharata means who is interested in Brahma Vidya is called Bharata. Who is blessed by the Bharati, the Saraswati Devi, whose intellect is ready to change and have the ability to change for good, is called Bharata. So, overall having interest about the Brahma Vidya, Brahma Vidyayam Ramate iti Bharataha. So we all the Bharatiyas primarily interested in gaining the Gnanam. That's why this is called Bharata Desha. So we are not, that's why this is not a Bhoga Bhumi, but it is a Gnana Bhumi. So that's why we are in the Bharata Desha and we are all called Bharatiyas. Okay. Hey Bharata, that means who can think properly, which is right and which is wrong. Now look here, in this world there are two types of people, Ajnanis and Gnanis. Basically, by birth, all of us are ignorant only, Ajnanis. Ajnanam about what? We don't know that about the Parabrahma, Paramatma, the Gnanam, self-knowledge, we don't have. So basically, because there is no self-knowledge only, we born and again came into some of this body. If you are already gained last janma Brahma Gnanam, self-knowledge, You won't get any another body again. There is no birth for a Gnani again. So that itself indicates that we are not Gnanis. That's why we are entered and got into the another body. So, Ajnanis. But later on, after getting this human birth, knowing the value of this human birth, and following the Vedas instructions, and surrendering to the teacher, and learning and listening and molding their own life, and again get out of this the cycle of this birth and death and the ignorance. That is the only purpose of this human body. Please understand and keep this strongly in your mind. To enjoy, indulge, okay? That is not the purpose of getting this human body. Because to indulge and enjoy, we used to say, no, that sloka very often. Ahara nidra bhayamaidhunancha samanyametat pashvir naranam. Just to eat, drink and enjoy and die, animals are also doing. Procreation, they are also doing. All things are same only. Then what is the difference? Dharmodi tesham adhiko vishesha dharmena vina pashavis samanaha. This dharma, by following which you can become divine. So, we are in the human level now. Before that, maybe we are in the still down animal level, plant level, we don't know. We evolved. How it happened? So now you are evolved to the great level of this human existence. Now, from here, what is the next? Not again going down, not only living like either animal or like the devil or the asura. That means not only at the sensual level, not only at the relative level, not only in the indulging and fulfilling your desires, but grow out of the desires. And that is what human. What next you can become divine and discover that you are the divinity. This chance opportunity is only to this equipment. Please remember, friends, only to this equipment. If you are not utilized this equipment when it is available to you, you are the loser. Mahati Vinashti. Upanishad says it's a great loss. Great loss. Do you want to waste this life? So there are two people who puts efforts and make themselves wise even though they are otherwise before. There is a possibility. When I decide to change myself and when I discover the ability to change, readiness to change. So Bhagavan says here, hey Bharata, just as yatha tatha yatha, the two words which is in the first line yatha is there, in the second line tatha is there. That means they bring together as the ignorant people involved in this world in the action without knowing what is the karma yoga and karma difference, but they are just simply involved and do the action oriented people with so much involvement, with so much attachment they will do. Saktaha. Saktaha means the people who are attached to the karmani. And who are they? How long they are attached to the karma? In the previous births also same, and in this birth also up to the end of the life. In this way, many people are only materialistic oriented. Some people appear in the middle like a religioustic oriented, plus that religion is meant for to gain more material benefits. Nobody is not following the religion for the sake of the Atma Gnana or the Moksha. Generally, unless otherwise you are a very purified mind and curious and you sought the Shastra and the Guru, mostly many good, all are good people only. They are also leading a religious people. But what for their religious practice are all to get more and more material benefits, material growth, not the spiritual growth, even bhakti also. But when it is done with the proper understanding and without allowing the desires to increase and unlimitedly, when you put end to your desires and when you don't expect the result of your actions, turning your karma into the karma yoga and living only for the sake of your chitta shuddhi and as well as the welfare and the harmony benefit of the entire surrounding the creation, loka sangrahartham, then you become eligible, enter into the Gnana Marga. But here, this set of people, Bhagavan talks first about the Ajnanis. Okay. Saktaha, no, here, not Ajnani, but he is just comparing the Ajnani, that Avidvam Saha word is there. That means whoever only action oriented, without knowing that this action I am doing with a lot of expectation and the desire, whether this action is purifying my mind or creating any sense of arrogance and the sense of guilt in my mind. If any action leaving the sense of guilt and the sense of arrogance in our heart, please understand that you are karma oriented. You didn't following the karma yoga method. Then that becomes a bondage. It creates a lot of again impurities in our mind. But karma yoga given in fact to purify your mind and remove the raga dveshas from your mind. So these people who are attached to the action oriented workaholics and they are all avidvamsaha, otherwise people not having the proper thinking, no viveka, okay, the ignorant people we can say, kurvanti, they act with lot of, see the person who is money oriented, he so sincerely works hard, even whatever hardships comes in between, he works for it. So like that in the material world, many are achieving so many things like that with their hard work, struggle. They face the challenges. Now, what Bhagavan wants to say, in the same way, with how much intensity, with how much attachment, and they are involving these otherwise ignorant people in the action, this Vidwan also, here Vidwan means the wise person also. Wise person means who is following the dharmic way of life, who is righteous, who listening to the Shastras, or who abided in the Atma Gnana Vidwan. Kuryad Vidwan Tatha. This wise person also should involve and do the actions what the religious people generally do. Not action means here ignorant people are drinking and doing gambling and all that debauchery. Not that here. But generally, religious people, what they do in the name of the bhakti or dharma. So the Vidwan also, who a self-realized person also, who listened to the Shastra and understood what is the purpose of this life, what for the dharma, and what is the goal ultimate, the moksha. Such Vidwan also Kuriya action, but the condition is asaktaha, without getting attached. That is the secret. There they were attached. Attachment is what expecting the result and not understanding this action should clean my mind for chitta shuddhi sake. They don't know. They never remember that. And only for to fulfill my desires and to gain. So they are saktaha. But here, the wise person also involve or do these religious activities and dharmic activities and all that. And again, Bhagavan bringing, if he is doing, then what is the difference between both of them? That otherwise person is a saktaha, attached, binded by those actions. But here, being he is a vidwan, he is asaktaha, without any attachment. I have no any expectation of the results of these actions. I know this karma yoga is only to purify my mind, to remove, clean my mind, remove the raga dveshas from my mind, and let me progress and uplift myself from the spiritual, religious lifestyle to the spiritual lifestyle, Jnana Marga. And then the same word Bhagavan bringing the important point, Chikirshuhu Loka Sangraham. They also have desire. Who? This Vidwan also, Asaktaha. But they have desire, but not for their own selfish purpose. Not only for their selfish purpose. So, this selfish person and selfless person, what is the difference? This Vidwan's selfishness is capital S. That means this self issue, the desire to bring about the full upliftment of the society. This is also desire. But desire about the upliftment of the society is entirely different. That is not his own desire, because he is looking about the benefit of all others, and through that I get chitta suddhi. So in this way, Vidwan also should do. Here, Bhagavan giving a command, Kuryat, Atmavit, Gnani also must act and do in this world, but without asakti, and only the wish is having wish. Chikirshu means with the desire to bring about the upliftment, Loka Sangraham. See, that word is coming continuously. How important! How important! But his actions never binds him. But the ignorant people's action, who is not working for the Loka Sangraham, and he is only a selfish person, a small petty uh, thinking minded person, then naturally he will be lost in this world. Now, after telling all this, Bhagavan in 26th shloka, Now, important instruction given to a Gnani, a teacher who is in the status of a Acharya, guiding the people by teaching the Shastra, all that, and he is very much living in the people, among the people in the society. We are not talking about who were living in a alone, lonely place and in the jungles or the caves, but most of the gurus or the acharyas who wants to serve this world, entire God's creation, as their duty towards this creation for Loka Sangrahartham, so they will work and they must be very careful. Now, in 26th shloka, the instructions given to these wise people. Na buddhibhedam janayed ajnanam karma sanginam joshayet sarvakarmani vidwan yuktas samacharan. This word to word meaning we will see slowly. Okay. First, I will complete the word to word meaning. Then we'll have to discuss certain points related to it. First of all, we should not, okay, who we means what? The Gnani, the wise people, uh, a self-realized person or a spiritual person. We should not create a confusion, buddhi bhedam na janayet, ajnanam karma sanginam. Among these ignorant people, around us, I told many are ignorant only. Many are ignorant only. Only one in a thousands come to Shastra, come to Guru and study and understand and establish. Okay. So being I am established in the self-knowledge and I have no any desire and I am okay very selfless person, but you should not impose your opinion and status immediately and tell to everybody and should not rub on their heads. That is the suggestion. Buddhi Vedam. Don't create confusion among the people's mind who are all interested in the action. They are also good people only, but they are uh, action oriented, selfish oriented. So, when the people are so much religious oriented and action oriented, don't suddenly tell to them, don't do these actions, don't do any bhakti or religious practices. You should not say and create the confusion in their minds. Ajnanam karma sanginam. Among the ignorant people who are more attached to the material prosperity, material achievements and the world. Then what you have to do? You have to joshayat sarva karmani. You have to encourage them and you also be with them and you also do those religious practices. Okay? But already told you have no any attachment. And Vidwan and who is very well understood Yuktaha Vidwan Joshayat. Okay? He should inspire them. Joshayat means very good. Do. Because at least they were astikas, they were believing in the Shastra and religious practices. Don't discourage them and suddenly don't tell about the Brahma, Gnanam and all that. Gradually they have to grow and come. But that is a good way for them to grow slowly. Otherwise, if they are not even the astikas, and not believers of the God, then they are going in the wrong way. Their whole life is becomes animalistic life, and they fall down again. But this is much better to be a astika rather than the nastika. There is a chance, definitely they will come to the higher pedestal of this uh, Purushartha, Moksha. But don't be hurry. Don't uh, don't reject or don't condemn if anybody is following the religious and the dharmic activities or the action oriented. Let them work, encourage them. And in this way, Vidwan, a very well balanced with discipline, who is all these duties also, we must be along with them and encourage them to do. And Samacharan, in this way, efficiently perform. See, Samyak Acharan, Samacharan. He's already inside, heart of that, he know that he is not attached to anything, and but he is for the sake of the Loka Sangraham, he be with the people. That's why many Mahatmas, many Gnanis, if you see in this world, they have done so much, so many projects, so many ashrams, institutions, colleges, and all that. Now, it doesn't mean that they were also a ignorant people, but simply they are looking like a spiritual people. No, they don't have anything to achieve, as Lord said, no. Name pardhasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. Gnani also tells the same thing. If the gnana is perfect and matured, he is a gnana nishtavan, he knows very well, I have nothing to do, nowhere to go. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. But still, I will work with this. Now, this is the meaning, but around this particular point, we need to see some points. One by one, I will tell few today. One, first of all, our Hindu religion, okay, we should not call as a religion. It is a way of life. It is a Sanatana Dharma. It is a very, uh, it is a kind of complex, complexity is there, diversity is there, variety is there. Okay? As our Sanatana Dharma, the way of worship, the way of these rituals and all that, it is so variety, with so much variety. In the whole world, there is no any other way of life. Okay, for the timing, I will call religion. Our Hindu religion is a religion with a lot of complexity. Complexity means what? It's not a problem because the scriptures scripture talks so many seemingly contradictory things, statements. So if they are not taught or learned from a proper teacher, we get confused. There is a chance to get confused. So we must be very careful. That's why to understand the Sanatana Dharma, we need a very broad mindedness. That's why recently I spoke two episodes about the Sanatana Dharma. So that is the one reason. Then why it is like that? Why scriptures has to talk about so many things? Why can't it tell in a simple way? One God, or like that. Our religion is not like a monopoly, only one God. Why? You take any form as the God. This is the broad-mindedness. So our religion wants to, this is the reason, wants to cater to all sorts of people in the society. Remember this. If I serve every day for you only uh, roti dal. Okay, roti dal. Or only idli sambar every day. Do you like it? Even one person. Then many people are there. Many variety of thinkings are there. That's why we have a very much range of variety, Vesha, Bhasha, Bhushana, language, everywhere. That's why many languages, many types of customs, all are good. How come is so many? But the root is same. That's why our diversity is not a diversity. If you can see unity in it, the root is the only Vedas. So we need not to mistake it. We need not to misunderstand it. We must look it in with a broad spectrum idea. So many more points related to this we will discuss in the next class because this sloka also is important. In what way Bhagavan telling this never create a confusion among the people because of the religion or because of you are established in the gnana. Let the people grow in their place, in their religion, in their practices, but without losing the uh, base. The base is the Sanatana Dharma. What it is, much more, we will see in the next class. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हरि ओम तत्सत्